What's up, guys? Welcome back to Doc's Pop Reviews. We're talking about A&E Most Wanted Treasures, Legends on the Hunt. This episode is episode 3, and it features Jerry the King Lawler. So there's nothing against this episode, but for me, A&E just wasn't hitting the mark tonight, at least not for nostalgia. I just reviewed Macho Man's episode, and now I'm reviewing this episode, and both episodes for me were a bit of a letdown. I really enjoyed last week's biography on Roddy Piper, and I enjoyed the Legends on the Hunt with Undertaker and Kane. Jerry the King Lawler, he was a staple for me as a color commentator with Jim Ross, but he wasn't a staple for me as a wrestler. So this episode probably appeals to a different older generation than myself. It was still a pretty cool episode. You know, they're looking for Jerry's robe and crown from his WWE debut. They're looking for Andy Kaufman's neck brace, and they do come across some boots that Jerry Lawler wore when he wrestled Andy Kaufman, and that's basically what it kind of all centers around. The robe and the crown are more with his feud with Bret the Hitman Hart, but the majority of the episode is about Jerry Lawler and Andy Kaufman, which I actually learned about from the Jim Carrey movie, Man on the Moon. I thought that was a really interesting biopic. You know, Jim Carrey plays Andy Kaufman. Jerry Lawler actually plays himself in the movie, and this is covered in the movie, so it's pretty cool. They do end up finding all three things. Again, it's not really something that they come across a bunch of different fans. They do come across one fan, but he doesn't have either items that they're actually looking for. They do walk away with the boots from him, but the neck brace was actually found with a friend and photographer of Andy Kaufman. He gives it away for free, no problem. Jerry Lawler, as the wrestler, has the items. They end up paying him some money for it. So, yeah, this episode was okay. I hope next week's episode, I want to, you know, last week was really cool seeing Undertaker and Kane. They had the memorabilia, but I think I'm ready to see a little more fan interaction. You know, I want that balance. Sometimes the wrestler has it, sometimes the fans has it, and just kind of go back and forth. But I'm definitely going to keep checking out this show. I really love it. But like I said, I think it's just more Jerry the King Lawler, him as a wrestler. It didn't hit that nostalgia for me. So, you know, they still got episodes for Ric Flair, The Big Show, Jake the Snake. They got a lot of different people to cover. So this one, A&E just didn't hit the mark with either episode this time. But we'll see what happens. Leave your comments down below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks, guys.